Hello all you amazing people, and remember you're always amazing because you clicked on this video out of all the videos you could have clicked on. And if you want to be more amazing, you can help us get to 1,700 subscribers before the end of February. I'm really I think I'm stuffed up right now, so it's hard for me to speak. But in today's video, we're going to be taking some inspiration from the Truth DT's, ranking every character till we get to Raditz slash Namek Goku. But I did Raditz was the most recent one, and I think it was funny. So we're gonna do it with Genshin characters, and please do not mind these tier lists too much. Like, characters are better in different situations, right? It's not like Kazuha and Bennett. It's not like this. Basically, this is Vegeta and Trunks versus Carnival Goku right now. They do the exact same thing, but one just does it better, does it with more characters, right? That's it. Like, literally, that's the entire argument. Kazuha is better than Bennett, all right? He's number 1 in the game. And then we have Zhongli, number 3. I mean, he's the invincibility button. I don't know what you want me to say. If your characters do enough damage, then yeah, we're just going to pull up some, like, main characters, like, some really good characters. Look, I'm going to rate Nilou, like, with the potential that she gets, like, a Dendro Shielder or some kind of shield character soon. I really think that if that happens, then she's just going to skyrocket into being a god tier DPS, right? Not really a DPS, but at the same time a DPS. It's kind of weird to explain. But no, we're not going to do that yet. We have Nahida to place, because Nahida, with her massive EM support, is going to be really good for future characters that need EM. Yeah, I'm probably not going to do many cuts in this video, so yeah, sadly, you guys I'm probably just going to, like, slap some background music against it, and yeah, we'll put up some characters, right? This is not, like, proper, right? We're just going to slap characters up here. I think Raiden, honestly, just should be close right now. Yes, Raiden's definitely gonna be, like, up here, right? I think I underrate. I would say I might underrate Hu Tao. Oh my god, Zhao, no. Zhao definitely at least going under Raiden. I think I don't like Hu Tao's design. Like, her design. This is C0, by the way, so the stamina consumption problem is a problem, right? There's no way that Hu Tao is, like, not a problem, right? I think I'll Hate Them seems pretty good from what I've seen from him, so I'm gonna, stick him up here. Hu Tao, or I think Yoimiya definitely is still worse than Hu Tao, but I feel like Yoimiya just deserves to be up here, right? Kaching, do I have any other characters selected? Is this it? I feel like there should be more. Oh, I am missing Venti up here, right? Venti is hard to rank, right? Venti is basically Tech God Goku. He's either, like, really, really good, or he's really bad. So once Venti loses his crowd control, what's the difference between him and Sucrose? Sucrose provides EM. She's better at that point. That is literally it. Like, I don't understand. Like, they made Venti so good when he came out, but now he is so bad, because they never, like, I know I don't really base this off of Spiral Abyss, but I do base it off Spiral Abyss difficulty. But when you're dealing with a character like this, you have to understand, like, the enemy type does matter. Like, if I were to place him, I don't think I would actually would I put Venti above Kokomi? I don't know. If we were talking him, it's just because there's so many, like, literally any other character, like any other animal character, Jean will provide healing, right? Like, every other animal character is just better than Venti at that point, right? Like, I'm just saying that is what happens. So I don't see Venti as being, like, godly, but we're just going to assume that he has his crowd control up. And I think that does put him up very, very high. And I think we will have to put Sucrose up here somewhere. So now we have these guys. I don't know. Like, the problem with this is Xiangling does massive burst damage, right? And she could control her burst. So she's better than Ayaka if Ayaka's burst misses. If Ayaka burst misses, which is, not infrequent, but it's not, like, to the point where it's like Venti, where he's a make or break. Literally, he lost everything as soon as Ayaka's burst didn't land. This more likely resembles what I want. Because Xiangling, you have to understand, she's an off-field damage support, right? She's doing what she does off-field, which is why Ayaka's so good also. You hit an enemy with these bursts, which you can definitely do with Xiangling since you control where it goes, and it doesn't really, like, its AoE is pretty big. Like, it's really good. I think, would I put her over Raiden? Nah, probably not. Or Zhao? No, probably not. Hu Tao. Yeah, probably. All right, I think we'll leave it at that. I think Zhao with Farazan. Also, we're gonna have to just have a whole entire category for these characters. Now, my rationale for Kujosara is, if we're not grading this on Spiral Abyss and you don't need 2 teams, then she's basically useless unless it's an Electro character. So we're gonna have to put her with these characters, right? These 3 characters are just gonna go in basically the same tier, but I'm just gonna rank them like this because Goro is way more dependent than these 2. These 2 way less dependent. All they need is the type character. Whereas Goro, he's like, yeah, you need to be the type character and you need to scale off defense. Hu Tao has never impressed me, really. I'm sorry, but whenever I use Hu Tao at C0, specifically C0, if we're talking C0, I feel like yeah, Ito, yeah, once again, I'm back at Ito being the 3rd best DPS in the game. Well, no, 4th, actually. Yeah, 4th, because yeah, it's just too good now. But it's just, AoE still does matter. Yeah, sure, you could do a lot of damage single target, but AoE still matters. I feel like I'm not too well versed in what Al-Haytham's been able to do. I haven't like kept up with him. I looked at him when he initially came out. I don't know if he's like the god tier that everybody was saying he was. Like, not god tier, but he was pretty good, right? He was like Ayato, you know, like these characters level. All right, we do also have to put this guy up here. If we're gonna have Ayato around here, then we have to have that. Would I put Ayato above Yoimiya? I feel like Yoimiya would go up here. Just because Yoimiya's team, like, she's got Xingqiu and Yelan. Oh, we need Xingqiu and Yelan. Oh, whoa, I have, okay. What, Ito's now the 6th DPS? If we consider Nilou a DPS? I don't know. Just assume that Nilou has her problem fixed about the blooms and we get a Dendro Shielder at some point in the future really soon. Because I imagine they're not just going to, like, a Dendro healer, someone who is Hydro or Dendro that heals or shields. We need that. Yao Yao did sort of supply that, but at the same time, I would just rather have a shielder. And then also they could probably decrease Dendro res even more. So yeah, I think 10 is where Nilou can go at this point. If we're just going to assume that she's already has the character that came out and she's fixed her problem, basically the only problem that she has. Sucrose is really useful. Yeah, like I said, don't take my tier list here too seriously. This is just like to make a point, right? So Al-Haytham, I think I'm rating criminally low, but I think at the same time I don't really know how to rate him. So it's more about him being above Kokomi. That's the real issue here. Would I put Sucrose above these guys? She needs to be probably like that. I'm really having a hard time. I think Ayato can go there. He's like a sort of off-field hydro damage dealer. He can be great. We also do need to speak about Yunjin. I do not have that many characters. I thought I had more characters up here. Alright, well, seems like we're about to rear to Kokomi, but ooh, Ganyu. I don't know where I would put Ganyu. Ganyu is around here in these 4. Taunt. Just overall, I'll put her above Hu Tao. Not meaning that she's a better DPS than Hu Tao, but just meaning that overall she's better. Yeah, this is like an overall tier list. Keep that in mind also. Like, it's not, this tier list isn't like the mega, like, you know, this is better at this thing. Like, in their best roles, one may be better than another, but Ganyu has way more support capabilities compared to all of these characters. She's given 20% cryo damage bonus, which we also have to speak about with Shinha. I really do not know where to put Shinha because I've seen her be broken and then I've seen her be depending. I could see Shinha being like at top 10, right? But I think we'll put her. Do I put her like right above Ganyu? Because she just buffs Ayaka so much, man. We'll wait on that, right? I think we definitely have to. I think Al-Haytham and Ayato seem very similar to me, so I think we're gonna do this. But at the same time, Diluc being this far, I think we'll put Diluc above these guys. No, that feels wrong. Diluc isn't that good, is he? Not at C0. Diluc at C0, I don't think so. Eula, I'm really falling off on Eula. Ooh, we have to play Kaching. I think Kaching's better than Ayato, maybe. I'm like thinking about this very, very fast. Like Sucrose. Oh, Sucrose is messing up my vibe. Then we have the Wanderer and Tignari. Kuki. Oh my. I completely forgot about Kuki. Oh. I think Beto. I'm gonna be real. I think she's like at the bottom. I think we do have 37 characters here, but Beto is at like the bottom. I think Fischl probably needs to go up. I think Fischl would do this. I think they basically do the same thing, but Fischl being Electro and her C6 being Godly, I think puts her at the edge at this point. But at the same time, that is pretty substantial to say that she's better than Xingqiu. Like, Xingqiu's giving you damage reduction, which really doesn't matter. I mean, I'm being honest. Like, I barely notice the damage reduction when I'm using them. I think... Oh, by the way, we have to do this. No, Yelan's worse. But, Fischl is either above these guys or below. Shinha is basically cryo these guys, right? That's what she is. So if we use my logic, let's use my logic against me, and we'll definitely have her at the top. She just makes... Isn't it like Ayaka's burst? I've seen Ayaka's burst hit just insane numbers. I think it was like 50k per hit, which, if you don't know, that's 1,000,000 damage. But yeah, it's just insane numbers. I feel like, honestly, she should be climbing. Shinha, I feel like she's around this range again. I'm just going to put her below Ganyu, because she can't be a DPS, and Ganyu is pretty good at being a DPS, right? Is Alhaitham better than Diluc? I feel like he is. Let's put Ayato above. Do we? I feel like Alhaitham's definitely worse than or better than Ayato. Kuki is so hard because she has healing also a part of her kit, and she just... she's really, really good. She's really useful. I want to, like, rate Kuki high. But at the same time, we get up here and I'm just like, no. Yeah, because she's not doing Shangling. She's not doing Shinha. But when it comes to comparing a support to a DPS, it's hard. Like, I feel like I want to do this and have Hu Tao. Yeah, we'll do this. It's just, though, her AoE when applying Electro is just so great. And then she's healing and stuff. Ayato, Kujosara. We're at the end here. Yunjin, I am not a big fan of Yunjin. I really am not. I think... But I put Mona above Eula. I don't know. Mona does have some pretty good teams. Also, I think basically we can do this. They're basically the same unit, honestly. They do like the same exact thing. It's literally the same exact thing, but Kaching is just slightly better. Diluc doesn't have a place. No, Diluc is right here. I feel like I'm underrating Alhaitham. Like, Alhaitham seems really, really good. Tignari is kind of mid. I'm gonna be real. Like, Tignari's just been mid. But is he better than Diluc? I don't think he is. I really don't think he is. I think he can just... Yeah. Tignari just never really impressed me in looking at, you know, everything. Mona's massive burst buff for, like, Mona or Morgana. Like, it's just... I don't know. That's the reason why Ganyu's so high, is because Morgana, basically. So I think we have to put Mona, like... Maybe, like, at the start of these supports. So, like, this. It's just, like, the start of these sort of supports. And, like, she applies Hydro somewhat. To, you know, keep the, freeze up. Alright, so now we have... the Wanderer. I would say Wanderer is better than Diluc. Better than Yoimiya. Is he better than 6? I think we're really looking at this. I think this is what we're looking at. This is just such a tight space, right? This is like just so small of a space between these DPSs. Like I can go either way. Like, I always talk about how small of a gap between power Hu Tao and Yoimiya have, but I can acknowledge, like, these characters are definitely in between them. Honestly, maybe. But I don't think I will. From what I've seen, I think, yeah, that. Sucrose can give you so much EM. She's not really applying anything. She's res shredding if you don't have an animal character already. She's also giving energy for, you know, characters, animal characters. I think probably go under Diluc, maybe. And then we have this. Yeah, I really don't like these supports, but at the same time, like, I'm not high on Yunjin. Like, I really don't. Like, I don't like the idea of Yunjin, and she's never really been used by me. Like, I need to C6 her. I need to see her power at C6. I don't know her true power at C6, but having her level 80, I just feel like it's so much better to use, like, a combo of, like, Kazuha or something. Like, have Kazuha as a better buffer. Like, he's just better buffer. She's not applying anything unique. She's literally just adding her defense to your thing. I think, honestly, yeah, probably. Just assume that Kokomi's at 37. That's all I can assume. Because I don't think we need any of these characters. Rosaria, I was tempted to add Rosaria, but then it's like, there's a chance. I don't know. These supports are so hard to rank. Just if I assume that they would have all of their like capabilities active. Oh, I could put these guys above Kaching and Tignari. I just don't feel like Tignari's better. Is he better than Ayato? We're just gonna say he's worse than Ayato just to get this over with. We're almost done with the tier list, so I just feel like she's got to be better than those two. I feel like Eula better than Tignari, probably, yeah. Better than Ayato? I feel like I'm... Why is Ayato this low? Ayato shouldn't be this low. Yeah. My Eula with Wolf's Gravestone did like 200k. And I feel like she's not as good as I thought, right, previously. And we are filled. The tier list is filled. Kokomi ended up at... Kokomi ended up at 37, as I thought. Just because none of these characters really are seriously... Oh, wait, no. We forgot. Yeah. Alright. So, there is my tier list over characters who are better than Kokomi. I mean... I don't think I'm, like, too far off. Like, I don't think this is criminally underrating Kokomi. Beto... Yunjin. We'll take Yunjin off. I really don't think that Yunjin's that impressive, honestly. Just trying to go back over and look at this. I really think that all these characters are better than Yunjin. Or, not Yunjin, but... Mona's debatable. Mona... The reason why you run Kokomi is because she heals, right? If you don't have a healer on your team, then Kokomi gets used. And her Hydro App. I really don't want to have to renumber all this. Well, I wouldn't, but... I feel like we can lower Mona. But at the same time, Mona's a support. And maybe I underrated... I think I overrated Ganyu. Nah, I don't think I did, though. Yeah, I think... I'm not entirely happy with this list. Like, I'm not like this is 100% accurate. Kind of like, I think this is pretty good. I think I did pretty good on this list. Like, I'm not that confident in this list. But I think this is pretty close to what it would be like. This tier list is good enough. I think at most, Kokomi probably would go up to like 32. Maybe there's like, you know, what? 4 characters that people don't like on this tier list. But I don't think that we're too far. Like, I don't think that Kokomi is, like, seriously... You could also treat this tier list as, like, characters that I would use over Kokomi, right? This is a tier list of characters I would use over Kokomi, basically. If that would be how I had to suggest the way that I was doing this mainly, would be like, yeah, Kokomi may be useful on this one specific team, but I would use all these characters way more over Kokomi. If Bennett was an option to add to the team, let's say you're doing Nilou Bloom and Bennett was an option, yeah, I would add Kokomi. I would be using Ayato, Bennett, Nilou, and then Nahida. That would be my team. No Kokomi in sight. But yeah, you can't do that. So when you have to have a restriction or, you know, you're doing freeze team and, you know, there's not really many 2 Hydro appliers. Yeah, very limited, I would say, honestly, Kokomi's kind of niche. Like, she works for, like, some characters. She works in a specific role, right? Like, if she was a main DPS, think of how many characters that would actually, like, her teams would double. If she was actually capable of dealing damage, her teams would double. So that's another reason why Kokomi's design is just bad. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.